Yes, ma'am.
So, in the diamond, first, second, third, would like second and third, would it get harder? Would that be the harder obstacle once you get around? Almost.
It could be. It could be depending on where you are in life. Some people say that it's easier to be on first base than it is to be on second. Me, I think the most difficult place to be would be third. Because home base is what, 90 feet away, sweetheart? First lady, 90 feet away? So home base is only 90 feet away from scoring. You 90 feet. So third base to me would have to be the hardest spot because you can see home. First base you can only see second. But third base, so I think you're right. So as you go around, you can conceivably get more difficult. Because on first base all you see is second. But when you get to second base, you're looking at third, and you know when you get to third, home is right there. So you're going to get really anxious to get here. Because really, at second base is a difficult position. Because if the guy hits the ball right, you can run the third and score. You get what I'm saying? So but then some folk might say the most difficult spot is home base because you're trying to hit to get the first. It depends on how your perspective is of the diamond. Where do you see yourself? What's more difficult for you? For me, it would be third because I'll be looking at home. You know?
Third.
Yeah. I'm sitting on third base, 90 feet away, boy. I'm ready to go, man. I'm not even looking at the coach over here to tell me to go. Because once I come around, if I hit the ball and I'm coming around second and I see third, I'm not even looking at the coach because there's a coach that stands right here to tell you if you should keep running or not. I ain't looking at him because I see home. So I think you're right. I think you can look at it from the perspective of what gets more difficult. For some folks, you know, it could be difficult in some different positions. For me, it would be third because I could see home. For some others, it might be first. And that's what I love about the life shapes is that you can take it and tailor it to you. You know, it might be home base, just trying to hit that ball. Just getting up there just to try to get on first base. What if what do you call it, sweetheart? ERA, earned run average? What if your earned run average is only 1.25 and you got a hit? You ain't been hitting nothing. So that would be a difficult spot. But if your ERA is 0.543, you hit about half the balls that go your way, home base is a cinch. But what if the guy that has the ERA of 1.25 is a faster runner than the guy that hits 5 points? So it all depends on where you are and what life situations are there. You know, first base might be a job. Second base might be kids. Third base might just be marriage. You can change the bases for what they are. All right, first base might not be the job anymore. Now first base is just health. We got health issues we got to deal with. And then job moves to second base. Husband done went home, and the children are now on third. See what I'm saying? You can substitute that for whatever your life situation is and where you want. Draw it out on paper. And say, you know what, honey, this is where we are right now. Our finances. We got to get to first base just so we can tackle some of the issues of finances. Can we just get to first base and talk about finances? Because God didn't want us to be in a permanent state of lack. So once we get to first base, now let's start talking about how we learn about here. But the minute you get the finances done and you get the second base, there's another issue pop up. Because you got all your finances straightened out, everything's going, and as soon as you get to second base, the transmission in the truck blow up. You just started your emergency savings a little bit, and you get to second base, and then the transmission in the truck go up. So basically, you either got to go back to first, or you stay on second for a while, but then the problems of first base might come around. Now you see what I'm saying?
I know what you're talking about.
Amen.